What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on? Now, as you guys already know, I am in St. Louis. I got here early this morning. Okay, I've been here since like 9-ish, and it's like 7, so I'm here, and y'all do know that even when I'm on vacation or when I'm out of town or when I'm doing whatever I got to do, I'm still gonna make time for you. Okay, y'all already know that. So that's really nothing to talk about. That's really nothing new. I'm sitting here making do with what I got. I ain't at home. I ain't got my chair, got my dresser, or nothing like that. But I've still found a way to make these videos. Okay, so we still gonna get our lives done. Still gonna get our videos done. We still gonna do all of that. I am not his husband, so we could stop saying that. We could stop saying that. We are no longer, we are friends, so we could stop saying that, okay? Yeah, so we here in St. Louis. I did talk to Color Me Pink last week, so hopefully I'm able to see her while I'm here. We did discuss, having like lunch or dinner or something like that. Like I told y'all on one of the last lives that I did, anytime I'm in the YouTuber city, y'all know that I always reach out and be like, yeah, let's go and have lunch, or let's go have some wine, or let's have a drink, or let's do whatever. So I always do that whenever I'm in town with with the other YouTubers and stuff like that. That's just something that I do. It's always been that. What else is going on? Let's see. Well, y'all do know that my book is coming out next week. So I gotta get real heavy on promoting it. But I feel like I promoted quite a bit on my platform, but I know that I need more than just my platform to promote this book. So thank you to Payne for sharing the links for the pre-orders for the ebook and the pre-orders for the signed physical copy. Thank you for sharing those. I appreciate that. 100%. I really do. I think for those of you who already did like the pre-orders for the signed books, I think those books will be hitting me by the 21st or the 23rd, and I'll be sending them out soon as I get them. So that's pretty much what it is. So I'm looking forward to the book coming out, but I'm not looking forward to all this extra work I got to do, like send these books out and do all that. Like, I'm not looking forward to doing that, but that's just a part of doing, getting your dreams together and doing everything that you got to do to make sure they come true. If you ask me, that's just what I think. Tracy Chappelle, make sure my book is signed very nicely, girl. Like, everybody wants some special damn message in these books, and I'm not going to be doing all that. I'm not. Like, I'm gonna sign these books, and we're gonna keep it pushing, honey. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Now I realize that it's so many people live right now, and I see that JoJo and them are live, and I really was not trying to go live at the same time as them, but you know, that's just what happened. I've been asleep most of the day and stuff like that. Once I got here, I was tired, but yeah. So this live really ain't gonna be long though. Y'all already know that the live ain't gonna be long. And plus, I gotta remember that I'm not on Eastern time. On Central time. I done got so used to being on Eastern time that I be thinking everything is Eastern. You know what I mean? So yeah. But we're gonna get this thing started at the 5-minute mark. And the ultimate goal here with every live that we do is to get 100 people within every live that we do. So far, we have 42 people in this live. So we're going to go ahead and get into the things right now. Okay. So let's talk about it. So this is all about this social media drama with the K Michelle and the Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff. And we're going to start it off with Robyn, okay? Now, Robyn Dixon and Giselle Bryant, they have a podcast called The Reasonably Shady Podcast, and they discuss K Michelle being on the brand new season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is taping right now as we speak. And K Michelle has received a lot of blowback, a lot of backlash from that situation already. And now, Giselle and Robyn spoke their piece on it already. So when they spoke their piece on it, K Michelle responded and went in on Robyn Dixon after, they said what they had to say about the situation. So now that the dust has settled and everybody is done really just talking about it right now, Robyn Dixon has decided to come out and respond and say what she has to say in regards to what K Michelle said. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and get into what Robyn has to say, and then we'll be back. Let's get into it.
Just more like clip farming. You just want to put out the clip that's going to draw attention and draw drama, and then you create the headline that kind of triggers something, and that's that. So, I apologize if anyone took that personally. I was not personally throwing a dig at anyone. Now, as far as the personal attack and dig that came at me, I don't really care. Like, yeah, I love my couch. Love it. So like, I don't care that you called me a couch potato. Like, that's not an insult. I don't care that you said I sell hats. Yes, I sell hats. Like, I don't, okay. Yeah. I don't care that you talk about the drama that I had with my man. Everybody has drama with their man. Like, I'm so like not, I'm not offended or hurt or woe is me. I really don't care. But, it wasn't a personal insult from my perspective. So that's that. That's my.
I did feel like the punishment didn't fit the crime because there was no crime, and it
just more like clip farming. You just want to put out the.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah,
but
it was a lot, and then gets. I just think I don't know. Like I said, we live in a world where gossip and mess rule, and people love drama, and so for me, like. We're on a podcast. Like our podcast is called Reasonably Shady, number one. So there's going to be some type of shadiness. Number two, like we talk about current events and what's going on. And so for us to we can talk about something, but it's still not us like criticizing people or talking down on people.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah. But Housewives of Atlanta has K Michelle from Love and Hip Hop on their show.
Okay, you had to clarify that though. Okay, but we're gonna speak to that. But go ahead.
And Married to Medicine has Angel from Basketball Wives on their show. Atlanta has run out of people.
Okay, Angel from Basketball Wives.
She was a nurse. Really pretty girl.
Who was she married? Who was the basketball wife she was married to?
Are any of them ever married to a basketball
we're dealing
player?
with?
I don't know. I just know that she was on Basketball Wives like a number of seasons ago.
Okay.
And it might have been like the LA version.
Is Married to Medicine allegedly filming now? Are they filming now?
I guess so. I saw a picture of her filming a confessional for Married to Medicine.
Oh wow. Okay. So are we rinsing and recycling?
That's what it looks like. So I'm like, out of all the people in Atlanta, now they're like, I really thought the the network or the shows tried to like avoid crossovers from different networks.
True.
Housewives of Atlanta has K Michelle from.
Okay, so that was Robyn and Giselle in their new comments in their previous comments about K Michelle being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, listen, I already know what y'all know what my opinions are, and I'm pretty sure I already know what y'all gonna say about me, and y'all gonna call me biased and everything under the sun about this. But I just want the record to reflect that I don't give a fuck. I just want the record to reflect on that. So I have to get that out the way first. Now, the second thing that I want to say is this. Although I do feel like Kay kind of overreacted to Robyn's comments, she did kind of overreact. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and act like she didn't. She did kind of overreact to what Robyn had said, and it really wasn't that deep. However, I can understand why she would take it as an insult, because at the very beginning of that situation, the first thing that Robyn said was Atlanta must be running out of people to cast. So if you're saying something like that, then 9 times out of 10, that's a diss. You basically saying I'm not worth being on this cast, and because they're running out of people, they're settling for me. So if I was K Michelle, I would feel the same motherfucking way. I don't know why people can't understand or can't grasp why that would be associated with the dig being taken at them. I don't know why people act like they don't get that. Robyn was being shady, and that's just what it is. However, she did give Kay her props towards the very end of her statement by stating that Kay was already somebody before, you know, Love and Hip Hop, which she was. But the main consensus about this is everybody's going in on Kay because she was on Love and Hip Hop. And Kay is far beyond and far removed from Love and Hip Hop. The girl ain't been on Love and Hip Hop since 2019. That's been 6 years ago. And the girl really ain't been on the same tip that she was on all them damn years ago. So I don't understand why we're constantly allowing people like K Michelle to have to continuously be placed in the box all the time. My thing is this: some of the same people that's going in on K Michelle being on Real Housewives of Atlanta are the same people that's asking for Tamar Braxton to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So what is the difference between K Michelle and Tamar Braxton? Because a lot of you motherfuckers are sitting up here saying that y'all want Tamar on the show. Y'all want Tamar on the show. But then y'all looking down y'all nose on K Michelle being on the show. But y'all think that Tamar deserves to be there. I don't understand what the difference is. And I don't understand why y'all feel like that's K Michelle is so undeserving, but somebody like Tamar is. I don't get that. Now let me look at some of the comments. You good. K Michelle did go hard, but Robyn is purposely misinterpreting the situation. You called that lady bottom of the barrel. Boom. And that's exactly where I'm coming from with it. That's exactly what I took from that. You're trying to say that they're scraping the bottom of the barrel for her to be on this fucking show. And I don't understand how anybody is acting like they can't understand why that would be taken a certain type of way. Like, why are we acting dumb and acting like we can't understand why somebody would be offended by that remark? You know what I mean? But because it's K, people are not going to see it that way, and that's fine. This is the one and only time that I would take up for Rob. K did go in hard, but I want her on RHOA. That's understood. Right. She's probably tired of people acting like she's not deserving. And that's exactly what I took from it, because every time you turn around, you hear everybody talking, and everybody's constantly talking about how, oh my God, they're declassing the show. They're bringing her on here. She's ghetto. She's this, she's that. And acting as if you don't have people just like Kay on that show. Portia been in 3 physical altercations, and y'all don't have no problem with her being on the show. Sheree pulled Kim wig. Nene damn near strangled Kim. But Kay is declassing the show. But if the network had a rule about crossovers, what Robyn said is legitimate. It becomes not legitimate when she says what she says and in the tone of what she said it in. Once again, I don't see why everybody's missing the point. And I feel like people are missing the point on purpose. Because it's not about the legitimacy of what Robyn said. It's about the tone. And the tone is giving classes. And the tone is giving, she don't deserve to be on Housewives because she's ghetto. She don't deserve to be on Housewives because she was on Love and Hip Hop back in the day. So the fuck what? So what? Now, I feel like reality stars are reality stars. They shouldn't have to be placed in the box. They shouldn't have to be placed in the box for nothing. Why be put in a box? Why put them in a damn box? That's what I'm trying to understand. So because I was on VH1, I can't go to Bravo. It's kind of like, oh, because I worked at McDonald's, I can't go to Taco Bell and get another job. It's all the same industry. So why can't I go somewhere else and get a check? So because I was on VH1, I got to be stuck on VH1. How soon we forget that K Michelle was just on Bravo for the Queen's Court? How soon we forget that? She already had a relationship with NBC Universal anyway. So what you mean? Let me see. You cannot tell somebody how to react to you putting their name in your mouth. Robyn trying to get back in the game, right? Let me see. K Michelle deserves to be on RHOA more than Tamar. Okay. K Michelle is more entertaining and interesting than Robyn and Tamar put together. And that's just facts. That's just facts. And can't nobody tell me nothing different. That's just facts anyway. That means Tamar shouldn't have been either. She's always beefing with somebody that she started with. Exactly. It's okay to sensationalize the news and the gossip, but don't be surprised by the response you get. Robyn wanted to be Howard Stern, but didn't expect the consequences. And that's my thing too. It's like they say, well, we talk about current events and the name of the show is Reasonably Shady. So of course we're going to throw a little bit of shade. Okay. And Kate is one of the shade queens. And you think that she's not going to respond to your bullshit? Get the fuck out of my face here. Okay. I'm gonna need for people to stop playing dumb on purpose. That girl had every right to feel some kind of way about what was said on that damn podcast. I'm not mad at her for feeling a way. Now, do I think that she overdid it with the response? Absolutely. Kay could have responded in a different way. I definitely agree with that. She could have responded way differently than what she did. But at the end of the day, we ain't Kay and we can't tell her how to respond. But I don't think she was wrong for responding. But I think she took it a little overboard. Absolutely. But Robyn knew what the fuck she was saying and doing when she said what the fuck she said. And I don't care how nobody feels about it. Y'all can get out of y'all feelings talking about y'all only got a problem with it because it's Robyn that said it. It ain't got nothing to do with Robyn saying it, because what y'all are missing is that my opinion on this has been the same ever since it came out that she was coming on the show. Because ever since it came out that she was on the show, it's been nothing but negativity. Y'all not gonna get a girl a chance. Then we're hearing reports about things that's going on the show and stuff like that, and the drama that she's in, and they're like, oh my God, she's already in drama. Oh my God, she's in drama already. But if she wasn't in no drama, then you motherfuckers would be trying to say that she boring. So I'm trying to understand, what exactly do y'all want from that girl? She's good TV. She's good TV. And y'all can say, I don't want to see K Michelle on Housewives all the hell y'all want to. But guess what? She's going to be on the show. She's going to make the show better. And she's going to be the star. And that's just what it is. Call me a K Michelle apologist. Okay. Y'all can say that if you want to. But I love K. And I hate how she's getting all this backlash for just getting a check. Like, she's good TV. And yeah, let y'all tell that Real Housewives of Atlanta ain't been good TV in a while. And another thing too, why we keep on putting women on this show that's not wives? She is a wife. And this show has always put women on here that weren't wives. Candy came on here not being a wife. Kenya came on here not being a wife. Kim wasn't a wife. You know what I'm saying? So why are the rules changing for K? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. I'm over the whole this fake ass outrage and everybody. Oh my God, Kay's gonna be on the show. She's gonna ruin it. She's gonna make it she's gonna make it this way. She's gonna make it that way. She's gonna do this. She's gonna do that. And I'm just like, girl, y'all, come on now. Come on now. The most is being done, honey. Okay, I can't even say that. But y'all, I think that's all I'm gonna give for this part of the show. So now we're going to move on to let me see. Hold on, before we move on. Hey, I'm watching RHOA for K Michelle because I did not tune in for RHOA last season. I only watched the Whether You Like It or Not panel only. Well, at least you watched us, so I appreciate it. K is polarizing. Now they finna watch the fuck out of this show. People finna hate watch. Absolutely. Sheree wasn't. She wasn't a wife either. See what I'm saying? Like, but the rules only apply to certain people, though. You feel what I'm saying? But however, we're going to move on to the other part of this show. And that's us talking about what Carlos King said on his show with Dustin and Claudia. Now, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know that I give Carlos the blues all the time, but I also give him his tens too. I'm gonna tell y'all, that's probably one of the best YouTube panels on YouTube right now. Is goddamn Claudia, Carlos, and Dustin. I love watching them three. That shit be fucking funny. Okay, I love watching them three every Monday. I ain't watching them right now, and I think that's why a lot of y'all not here because y'all over there in Carlos King live, and that's all right. But however, I love watching them. Now they had a conversation on Carlos King's live last Monday, where they was talking about classism in elitist behavior in regards to K Michelle. So we're gonna get into it because Carlos made this comment, and then I think that Dustin and Claudia kind of expounded on it as well. We're gonna go ahead and get into it now, and then I'm gonna give my opinion as it goes.
I do raindrops. We are going to get to the Rashida and Yandy scene of it all later in this episode. We're live. We're first talking about K Michelle clapping back at Robyn Dixon from the Potomac Housewives. I wanna ask y'all this question again before I read K Michelle's response. I'm getting the sense that K Michelle being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, allegedly, has a lot to do with classism. It has a lot to do with elitism. And it low-key has to do with that girl over there, right? Mm-hmm. I want to have a real conversation about this because I think K Michelle being announced as possibly joining the Real Housewives of Atlanta, coming from Love and Hip Hop, I'm starting to get a sense that it's becoming that K Michelle isn't that classy enough. These are things I saw. Mm-hmm. She's not classy enough to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And my thing is this, and this is somebody who started day one, season one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was there with Nene Leakes, Sheree Whitfield, Kim Zolciak, Deshaun Snow, and Lisa Wu. When we started that show, there wasn't this concentration on those ladies being classy. I don't know where it came from that people thought the Real Housewives of Atlanta was a classy show. It was never, and that's me being a former producer, it was never a classy show. Granted, yes, they may have highlighted more of the wealthy people who were on the show at the time. We saw Deshaun Snow's 10,000 square foot home. But the other ladies, to the audience and to all of us, lived moderately well. Nobody was in the mansions like on Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. I think Beverly Hills has the sort of halo over them as being this sort of like classier show. Although, once again, Lisa Rinna threw a drink at somebody. Brandy Glanville slapped Lisa Vanderpump face. Okay. Brandy Glanville also slapped Eileen Davidson, a soap actress. When it comes to Black people on the Real Housewives franchise, you guys who are saying K Michelle does not belong, whether you're on TV or not, what you are saying is that as a Black person, you don't think K Michelle, as a Black woman, deserves to grow into being somebody that can go to another show. Dustin made a very good point about Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan has been famous since she was a teenager, right? When I met her, I didn't, and this is no shade to my girl Claudia, I didn't think to myself, I wonder how classy she is. I wonder what the square footage of her home is.
I was in the apartment.
When I cast Claudia Jordan, pitched her, it had nothing to do. I didn't ask her how much money she had. I didn't ask her to send me photos of her home. It was about the fact that I saw this strikingly beautiful woman who had a friendly situation with Kenya Moore as somebody who could fit the standard of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which was a beautiful, accomplished woman who know how to be amongst women and stand up for herself. That's what the fuck this show is about. You guys, to me, care so much. I'm annoyed because, listen, there's a lot happening. But I'm annoyed about this classism. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is not a classy show. Potomac is not a classy show. Jersey is not a classy show. Salt Lake City, none of them are classy shows. All of them has had physical altercations. Just because Love and Hip Hop is known for it does not mean that anybody that comes from Love and Hip Hop should be stuck in a box.
I think that was something that and have worked with both of those shows as yourself, Carlos. I think it's always been a thing well, we're not, it's kind of like we're not like them. We're here, we don't fight like them. And for a while they could say that for a little while, but then it has definitely changed where there was definitely more of that behavior on that show as well. So yeah, it was kind of it was a classism thing. You think the Housewives were perceived to be classy. They were supposed to be classier, whether or not they always were. I mean, there's an argument to be made. And you got to say, and Love and Hip Hop, there are definitely way more fights. But let's be clear.
I will say this.
There's been fights on both.
There have been fights on both. I will say this. Love and Hip Hop shows more of their fights.
Oh, yeah, because I do remember a certain someone getting in a fight in a hall in an alley, and they never showed it. And I was like, see, y'all keep being okay with violent behavior, but then acting like this is some classy shit, and it wasn't. But yeah, I think it's a class thing. I remember when there's reports out that I may be joining Love and Hip Hop Miami, which I've done a couple scenes with Rada because she's on there, Michael Blackson. And it was like, oh, what a downgrade. She went from Atlanta Housewives to Love and Hip Hop. And it was definitely this class stuff being thrown at me I must be desperate somehow or things must not be going well. Honey, the only class I care about is what class my check is in. I like to work and make money. As long as I'm not out here fighting, playing myself, and embarrassing myself, you will see Claudia Jordan on a set and in the credits. Okay.
Also, what the fuck is it to you? What
the same people that be in the comments.
What level I'm on? You're a viewer, enjoy the show just like we enjoy the shows that we watch. People got to stop acting like just because. And this back to your earlier statement, Carlos, about this opinion of a lot of people that there is a class distinction in the casting efforts of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and other cities versus Love and Hip Hop, which there is a different talent pool, right? And a different talent pool criteria that applies to these shows, which is exactly why K. Michelle is a rare case that has been able to navigate right across into this into the Bravo universe now, right? She can do it. Tammy Rivera could have done it. Toya Johnson could. What's Toya's?
Toya Rushing, who by the way auditioned to be on the show, and I was there doing her casting tape as well.
Yeah, Toya Rushing, she could do it. There's a lot of women who have full lives that could fill up the space that a Real Housewife requires. I think because of some of K. Michelle's more sensational behaviors in the past, people are surprised that the choice was her. But that's what it is. And just because a lot of people think something, I don't care what nobody says, the introduction of the comment section started all this shit. Because once people started adding value to opinion, we ended up in this space where now creative minds are second guessing their instincts, you know what I'm saying, because of public opinion, because of the fucking comments, or because of what an audience has to say. And while it does matter if an audience receives a project and watches a show or listens to a music project, their opinion is something that they're entitled to, but doesn't have any value towards the project. And that's where people get it fucked up. So they come up with these ideas that there is a classist element to the casting of Real Housewives shows, and now they feel as if they have authority to determine who's good enough and who's not, so much so that K. Michelle's not my favorite person, right? But I don't think she deserves to be slapped in the face every day with a comment that she's not good enough for this damn show. Quiet as it's kept, that's why Robyn ended up getting what she got, because K. Michelle was probably sick and tired of seeing people say that she was not good enough to be a part of the Bravo universe. And I think that's a problem. If a lot of people think something, then people just decide that is now a rule or a law, similar to the conversation regarding seating arrangements at the Real Housewives reunions. People have decided that there is a value to what seat you're sitting next to and all that other shit. And countless times, producers, people involved have said that there is not. People just decide that it is. And so now where you're sitting is a big deal. Y'all got to back up off of that sometimes and just enjoy the entertainment. and let that be that.
Would,
So
would we,
I
would we
agree.
would we be being fake though, not fake or disingenuous, if we don't say that there is a class thing going on, especially with when it comes to Zeus, Love and Hip Hop, and Atlanta
Yes.
House? There was supposed to be, because like the other day, even with us, I got to keep it a buck when we it was brought up about Jocelyn being on Real Housewives of
Yep.
Miami. We all was like,
well, mine
Well,
wasn't. My reaction wasn't rooted in classism. My reaction wasn't rooted in classism, and that's exactly what I just articulated it the way I did when I said there's a difference in the talent pool and in the criteria for the talent pool. It's simply a different net being cast. It doesn't mean that if someone feels that there's a class distinction, that's a personal slant. You know what I'm saying? It's simply a different call sheet that goes out. They're going to ask for different types of people, and they're trying to profile a different worldview or a different perspective. You're going to ask for different people, and certain shows are crafted to show a different perspective. That's just what it is. To me, if you think the people on Zeus or Now That's TV or Love and Hip Hop are better or worse than the people on Bravo, you got some internal work to do, because it's just a different talent pool. That's it.
I agree with the talent pool, because even when I said that, look, I would love to see Jocelyn Hernandez on Miami. The reason why I said that, and I wasn't saying that to be like just start a thought-provoking conversation. Jocelyn is from Miami, Florida. Jocelyn speaks fluently in Spanish. I am a huge fan of Miami Housewives. I do feel like, this is my opinion, as a viewer of that show, I do feel like it's missing something, right? And look, I think because Jocelyn is a Puerto Rican woman from a different world than those women, I just feel like it could be interesting. And that's the reason why, look, the world is evolving, and I know the three of us have been told once in our lives that we did not belong in certain rooms, right? I'll speak for myself. I know I have. And I may be Carlos King, but I still get that today. Today, people still see me as, we love you, but we don't love you as much as to bring you into this room. And that is some real shit. So listen, me just being completely transparent, maybe I am taking it personally when I see someone like K. Michelle being the topic of conversation because she was on a VH1 show.
Yeah.
I work with her. K. Michelle has never physically put her hands on anybody. She threw a candle at Rashida, but my goodness gracious, Marge Joseph spilled a whole drink on Danielle Staub. Like, y'all gotta stop looking at Black women on certain shows as if they don't belong. And that's why when it comes to Zeus, look, I may not watch Zeus, and it has nothing to do with classism. It has to do with, at my big age, I like I like a story. I like a beginning, a middle, and an end. When I was in my 20s, I watched Bad Girls Club every freaking Monday. I think it came on. And that's why I love Natalie Nunn. I know all those girls, Tanisha Thomas. But it doesn't mean I have to say, don't watch Zeus. No,
right.
Watch
Or Zeus should not exist because you're
Yes.
not into that type of entertainment. That's the difference here, right?
Yes.
People decide that their opinion or their feeling about something can now determine a rule or the existence of something. And I think that's the distinction where people kind of have to police their damn self, right? Like, just because you have a feeling about something, like Carlos, you can want Jocelyn to be you can think that Jocelyn would be a great choice for the Real Housewives of Miami, and there's nothing wrong with you feeling like that. I can agree or I can disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean we're bad people. You understand what I'm saying? And it's okay for things to be subjective. Like, all of that is okay. And so if a person feels like there is a classist element to this internally for them, then you need to do that internal work your damn self, because I can literally say I'm not speaking from that place.
Yeah,
So,
and I know your heart, and I know you're not. Yeah, no.
That's my story. And you know what I tell you all the time. If our grandmamas and our mamas could sit up and watch Guiding Light and Passions and One Life to Goddamn Live and The Bold and the Beautiful and All My Children, if they could watch all of that, then we can watch our stories, which just might be Baddies Africa, which just might be Baddies Gone Wild or Jocelyn's Cabaret, okay? Or maybe South Central Baddies on Now That's TV. You know, maybe it's one of those shows. That's my comfort television. Call it what you want.
That's it. That's it. And I think that's fair. Claudia's having Wi-Fi issues. Don't worry, y'all. We did not kick her out.
Too.
Yeah, she is not going to find her luggage.
No, she ain't no Farrah around this month.
All my pop culture fans know that. So, Dustin, I want to read to you.
Okay, so that was the conversation that Carlos, Dustin, and Claudia had. Now, I was gonna give my commentary as they went along, but I was so enthralled in the conversation that I said, "Okay, I'm gonna keep on talk. I'm gonna let them talk, and then I'm gonna get my shit." So now that they're done talking, I agree with everything that's being said here. I agree with it. Like, I think that it's unfair for people to have to be stuck in one box forever. So because I started out my reality TV career, so to speak, on Love and Hip Hop, that means I can't go to Real Housewives of Atlanta. So now I can't be on Real Housewives of Atlanta because I used to be on Love and Hip Hop. I don't buy into their bullshit, and I'm never gonna buy into it, and no one's gonna make me do so. I don't care. It's a reality TV. It's reality TV is a business, and you get in where you fit in. If you want a check, you're gonna go here for the check, or you're gonna go there for a check. I'm just gonna say this. I don't watch Zeus. I don't like Zeus. I don't fuck with nothing on Zeus. I don't watch baddies. I don't watch none of that bullshit on Zeus. Now, if they put out the conversation with two people that I'm curious to see if they're gonna squash their beef, then I'll watch that. But I don't watch baddies and none of that because I don't even understand what the fucking purpose of baddies. And that may be a hypocritical statement coming from me because I was a big fan and an avid watcher of Bad Girls Club during their prime. And as you can see, if you look at my older videos, I did reviews on Bad Girls Club. But Bad Girls Club even had a fucking storyline. Baddies don't have no damn storyline. It's just a bunch of bitches in a row fighting every damn day. I don't want to see this shit. So therefore, I don't watch it, but I don't judge the next person for watching it. I ain't never ever watched anything on Nowadays TV, but there's an audience for it. It's just like even with the web reality shows. If you are familiar with Gemini Films on YouTube, he has shows like The Come Up and Bad Boys Club. He stopped doing The Come Up and focused more on the Bad Boys Club. Bad Boys Club, I don't give a fuck about. No shade to him, but I don't care about Bad Boys. I would have preferred to look at The Come Up. The Come Up New York, the Come Up Atlanta. I loved all that shit. I loved the Come Up all day. Loved it. Did not care about Bad Boys Club. So I was just like, when he stopped doing the Come Up, I'm like, well, ain't really no reason for me to watch this shit no more then. I might as well take back my membership that I paid for. I didn't take back the membership because, you know, I like Karan. I like what he's done with the web reality circuit or whatever. So I never took back my membership. But it's really me wasting my money because I don't watch Bad Boys Club. I don't like Bad Boys Club. I'd rather watch the Come Up all motherfucking day and be done with it. You know what I mean? So it's something for everybody, but I just feel like at the end of the day, nobody should be typecast. It's just like with actors and actresses. You know how they get their first role, they play like the nerd character, but then every time they go for a movie role for the next movie or show that they in, that's the only role that people want to give them. Nobody wants that. We want to be able to have range. We want to be able to do more than the same thing that we've been doing over and over again. Like nobody wants that. So I just think that it's really unfair that people are giving K. Michelle this fever about being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because as Carlos said, y'all talking about declassing the show and all this other shit. There has been physical altercations on all Real Housewives shows. Then Ramona hit Kristen with a glass. Then Teresa flip a whole table over and chase Danielle through the brownstone. Okay. Then Adriana slapped the shit out of Joanna on the second season of the Real Housewives of Miami. Let's see. Lisa Rinna threw a glass at Kim Richards. Like, even the white hoes been fighting. So why are we acting like this shit is any different? Let's stop typecasting people and let's stop putting people in a box. Okay, that's all I gotta say about that. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I got for today. We had like 110 people up in here. That's all right, you know, like, but at least we hit over 100, okay? But but at least we got to hit 100 with all these people that's live right now, because JoJo and them live, Carlos live, everybody's live. But before we get up out of here, let me let you guys know that my book is coming out on September the 23rd. Make sure you guys pick it up on Amazon and Kindle. It is currently on pre-order right now for the ebooks. The ebooks is out for pre-order right now. All you gotta do is type in the name of the book on Amazon and it'll pop up and you can do your pre-order then. And if you want a signed copy, you can do the pre-order through PayPal. They've been sharing the link all throughout the chat. With that being said, I am out of here and I will see you guys on tomorrow. I know that Love and Hip Hop comes on tomorrow, and I know that Salt Lake City comes on. And I have decided that I will be covering Salt Lake City. So we'll see how that goes, and y'all better watch it since y'all been asking me to do it. Okay? But we out of here. Until next one. Bye.
Cause I know what I want. I guess I could pray to the man up above. Start a new path with unconditional love. I can build a new life out of this mess. Moving on to a place free from the stress. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. All of my life, and you know it hit the worst when it starts with the night. I'm the type of nigga shit that can speak for itself. See, I'm a bad little nigga with his heart as well. Say it best from the heart, so it beating is felt. Just a sense to see your smile, someone probably can melt with the cause is dealt. Nigga, I was just wishing, can I be the only bad bitch that you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like?